Hello, this is Steve with this week's video, and it's going to be a short one. We are continuing to think about famous YouTubers, maybe my favorite channel. I mean, there's so many that are my favorites, but we're going to talk about Project Kamp, which is, as you can see in the background here, and a community of people in Portugal who are working together on living sustainably. It's a fantastic channel, man. I mean, I need to apply there one summer, go and help out on their little setup where they're all working together on interesting projects, living sustainably. Looks really fun. Great bunch of guys, bunch of lads. So we're going to do some use of English about this, continuing from last week's videos about GeoWizard and being a YouTuber and so on, because we didn't do too much use of English. So here we go. Let's start with some use of English part 2 about what these guys are doing. What are they doing in Project Kamp? What is their mission? Pause the video, complete the blanks using one grammatical word. Grammatical word, you know what that means, don't you? In, on, and so on. There's some nice typical Cambridge B2-C1 words, tricks, grammar points that you need to know to answer these questions. You have done it. Please do it. It's the most important thing. Doing things, that's how you're going to learn it. And now I'm going to tell you the answers. And like always, if you get it right, well done. You have a nice sense of accomplishment and of hard work and of achieving something. And if you didn't, you're going to write down what you needed to know. What is the grammar point as I explain it? So number one, we need a relative pronoun, don't we? Things are things, so the relative pronoun is that or which. Number two, you're aware of something. You're conscious, aware of the impact. And number three, another really common one, impact collocates with on. You have, which is why it's had, an impact on something. Something has an impact on something. That is the collocation, the preposition that is used with impact. Great one to learn. Number four, another nice little trick. I think the best answer is this, because what do we know? We know this whole idea that the ecosystem on Earth is showing the consequences of climate change. That's a big idea, so the best way of referring back to a general idea is by using this, especially if you just mentioned it, which we just did, obviously. Number five, this one's an easy one, isn't it? You contribute to something. Number six, a nice little phrase that you sometimes see, the more they need, right? The more developed, more resources. Number seven, this one's a bit of a trick. I don't know the specific rules here, but I don't know if you see this on a B2 or C1 exam. You definitely see it on the C2 exam. On part 2, they start testing not just little grammatical words, but also collocations like this, which is, of course, way of life. That's the phrase, which I think you should know for C1. I think that's pretty reasonable to say way of life. That fits the C1 level. And number 8, you have faith in something. You know that, you're going to remember that because you believe in something. And faith and belief, they're very similar, aren't they? They are, what are they? An idea that is not based on maybe evidence, but is based on your feelings. So you have faith in mankind's ability. That's what they're trying to do. And as I said, watch the video, subscribe. I'm tempted to join their Patreon. My partner won't let me because she thinks it's a waste of money. And I'm incredibly tight and I don't like spending money, but even I'm tempted to join their Patreon. So it's a really good channel. Let's do part 3. I've done the same thing. What is their goal? This was written by Dave, the guy who started it all. Obviously, he's not the leader so much. It's a community. They're all friends and hippies and so on. But it was written by him, so this is straight from the horse's mouth, as we say. What I'd like you to do is take these words, these roots, and transform them by adding prefixes, suffixes, and so on, so they fit the corresponding gap. It's use of English part 3 for B2 and C1. So number 1, you need to take the word waste and change it, and number 2, base, and so on and so on. And again, a nice mix of B2 and C1 questions here, which you will pause the video and you will complete. You will write them down. You will check if you are getting the 4 or 5 correct that you need to be passing your B2 or C1 exam. And you will check them because I'm about to tell you the answers. Number 1, the answer is, if you're trying to be sustainable, you want to be less wasteful. Something that wastes a lot is full of waste. It's wasteful. Also note, rethinking. I was tempted to do this one, but maybe it's a little bit difficult. But that's the kind of word that you should be noticing and thinking, oh, part 3. Think, rethink, to think something again. Rethinking is what they are doing. Number 2, he doesn't know a lot. You need to learn the basic needs of life. Needs, we need an adjective, basic. Obviously without an S because it's being used as an adjective. That's why I say it's important to understand the type of word that you need. We're talking about these basic needs. Number 3, the world is greedy, inefficient, and these are all bad things. So we need the negative word, which is unfair. Life is unfair. Number 4, an easy one. You have, what do you have? We need the noun, knowledge. Number 5, also an easy one, but I want to put some B2 questions in there. We are talking about the latest technologies. And number 6, how are they documenting the process? Well, they want to document it precisely. So the word that means precisely is accurately. Accuracy, accurate, accurately. You need to know all of these little tricks, don't you? So there's a bit of use of English for us. Hope that was useful and interesting. And go and watch Project Kamp, one of my favorite channels, as I said. Here's a final activity that I did in my classes. And it's something a bit more creative, a bit of a speaking presentation idea. Everybody has a book in them. Everybody has a YouTube channel in them. Or in my case with the students now, they say, no, I don't watch YouTube. I don't subscribe to any channels and I only go on TikTok. So we can also do this with TikTok. What is your YouTube or TikTok channel? What is your passion? What is the thing that you want to share with the world? What is something that is interesting about you that more people would like to know about? How would you do it? Well, you're going to put together a business plan with lots of details about your potential idea, and then you're going to share it with the class or with your teacher, including lots of these details, which will be useful for your potential idea. And then you can talk about it with each other and practice your expression. That's the whole point, isn't it? In my classes, to give you an idea, I had one girl who wanted to make a volleyball channel, which I thought was a great idea. You know, volleyball challenges, volleyball diaries. That would be really interesting because she's a very good volleyball player. And I thought, yeah, so you can do that kind of thing. My channel obviously is about learning English, and it's incredibly successful and useful and important for the world and gives me a great feeling of accomplishment, as I mentioned before. Right, I think that's going to be enough for today. Like I said, a short one. Hopefully it's useful, and come back next week for more of the same. Goodbye.